We're looking at the image of ponderosa pine, and behind the pine we can see a sunset over Billings, Montana. We're going to start with a picture of Oliver, 91 years old. Picture was taken February 27th, 2006 in his home in Billings, Montana, and he's reading a book, Windows Vista for Dummies, trying to learn how to use the new computer that he was given. We're going to take a tour of the project directory. So there's an opening sunset JPEG file taken July 4th, 9:05 p.m. That's an extreme zoom in of this sunset, which picture was taken about a minute later. There's a sunset that I like, taken a little bit later. There's probably one of my favorite pictures of the 4th of July, which was the fireworks. There's a rock sculpture that was constructed, framed in a way that I just enjoy the heck out of. It's one of my favorite pictures also. There's a close-up of the ponderosa pine. That's the backdrop of the movie that's being made. There's a script that we'll be coming back to. That's the day's events kind of planned out. We'll be walking through those in just a moment here. There's an opening 6 a.m. timestamp of the desktop that kind of began all of the day's activities. And this is one of my favorite sunsets. The colors are a little bit too intense to actually use as a desktop, except for special purposes, but remains one of my favorites. There's a 1280 by 720, 1680 by 1050, and the original photograph from which all of that stuff was made. And there's Oliver again. We've completed our tour of the directory. That's Oliver at about age 2 in Livingston, Montana in 1917, getting his picture taken probably by a professional photographer. He would have been going through Livingston perhaps on his way from his town of birth to Laurel, Montana, where he grew up. One time I asked him, wasn't too many months or years before this picture was taken, I asked him, "So Oliver, what's the meaning of life? If you were to communicate it in as few sentences as possible, what would you say?" And he told me, and I wrote a story about it. So we're going to go to my blog and get to that story. We're now at the blog that I keep. There's my most recent writing, Throw Non-Humans from the Temple, 2012. Nigh unto 2,000 years ago, Jesus threw the moneylenders out of the temple. He did this for a reason. 2012 is our year to do likewise. It has become self-evident that moneylenders are corrupting politics. When faced with this truth, what must we do? We must throw the moneylenders out of politics. And while we're at it, let's throw out the corporations and similar non-human persons. We must clean our political temple of its non-human pollution. So let's now do a quick search. Search results, we're looking for the human songbird story, which is Oliver's shortest story about the meaning of life. The Human Songbird Story, published January 25th, 2009, by Lyno. The Human Songbird Story. as told by Oliver to Lyno. While still in the womb, the baby listens to the song of its mother's body. From birth, the human songbird listens to the song of its parents and other humans in its midst. From infancy, the human songbird learns the song of its family and seeks to imitate that song. When the human ceases singing its song, it is preparing to die. Those are the words of Oliver, as best I can recollect them. Now, on with the day's events. Resuming the work of the day. What is life? The day's topic, by Lyno. Christmas Eve, 2011. What is life? The licensing concerning it. Since we're going to be uploading to YouTube, and we're going to be using YouTube's Creative Commons license, we need to be aware of what that means. YouTube, for information on the CC BY license, meaning by whom is this work created, CC BY license, is available at Creative Commons, and it gives you, it says you are free to share, to copy, distribute, and transmit the work, to remix, to adapt the work, to make commercial use of the work, under the following conditions. Attribution. You must attribute the work in the manner specified by the author or licensor. The major difference between the CC BY license and the CC BY-SA license is that the SA license adds the share-alike condition, which goes on to add, under the following conditions, share alike. If you alter, transform, or build upon this work, you may distribute the resulting work only under the same or similar license to this one. And we're back. One final thing that we should mention about license, and refresh this. And now let's go there. Copyleft, play on the word copyright. And down here in particular, reference to Creative Commons, a non-profit organization founded by Lawrence Lessig, is similar to the GNU General Public License, originally written by Richard Stallman. So it's important to understand the principle of copyleft, and Wikipedia has a nice little article about it. All this discussion leads us to the principle of copyleft, which is hosted by the Free Software Foundation, fsf.org. The Free Software Foundation labors to this very day, promoting free software for a free society. The home of the principle of copyleft is gnu.org, which is hosted at the Free Software Foundation. What is life? This is the end of the first video, What is Life, number 1. And I'll leave you with a view of what's happening next. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe above and leave comments below. Thank you, YouTubers.